Hey guys, it's Peter, and welcome to my channel, Peterisms, where I tell stories of my life and just little things that I've learned as I've grown into the person that I am today. And this is kind of a different video on here today than I usually do. There's no meditation. Gasp. This is not really a story time or anything like that. It's just kind of my reaction to something that happened earlier today. So I wanted to talk about it on here, and being that this is YouTube, I don't often talk on this channel about the power of YouTube videos, the power of the internet, things like that. I think if you listen to my vlogs or you watch my vlogs, you know that I watch TED Talks on a regular basis, and I listen to a lot or watch a lot of the aha moments of Oprah or the Soulful Sundays and things like that. I love all of that, and it really inspires me and it helps me. But, I watch all kinds of people on YouTube, and somebody that I've watched consistently for a long time, the last several years, is Chris from Sup Daily. And he hadn't posted a video in quite some time, and I didn't really know what had happened. And, it was interesting because last night, I was seeing people that I had subscribed to come up on my YouTube, when you guys look in your subscriptions and you see people come up that are recommended or whatever. And I noticed that a lot of the people that I was subscribed to hadn't posted a video in over a year or more. And I was like, what happened? Where one day they were just posting videos every day, and then the next day they were completely just gone, And I think people, burn out on YouTube from doing the videos. I think they just, they love it for a while and then they get sick of it. I don't know. And even with my vlog, when I started my vlog, no, this is not me saying I'm ending my channels. That's not happening anytime soon. I am, completely passionate about doing it. Obviously, I just started my Peter Reviews channel, Peter Reviews stuff. The first video, the intro video, went up today. Or it should be up by the time that you see this video. But anyway, and with my vlog, I really thought I was only going to do it for a month. My goal was to do it for 30 days in my head. And then I was like, if I do it longer than that, then at least I've done 30 days. At least I've, exceeded my own expectations. And it's going on 2 years now, it'll be 2 years at the end of December that I've done it. And it's just become this thing that I've fallen in love with. So I saw this video come up, and he actually posted it a week ago, and it's called something like Why I'm Leaving LA. And I was like, this is interesting, So I went on there because, this whole YouTube thing is that, people get on YouTube and then they get famous, and he talks about fame on there in this video. I'm going to link it below. I think it's a really good video for anybody to watch, even if you've never watched one of his videos before, even if you could care less about YouTube. I think for anybody to watch, I think the video is really, really powerful. And it's really him just, speaking from his heart, too. So I went in and I'm watching this video, and he's talking about leaving LA, and I was like, okay, this is interesting because a lot of these people get famous and then they move to LA and they think that they have to be in LA to do YouTube and all this kind of stuff, right? I've always kind of loved the Jessica Langs and the Sissy Spaceks and those people that live on farms in Virginia, and they don't really play into the Hollywood game. I don't know why, but I've always loved that, And so anyway, I'm watching this video, and he's talking about how he's going to move, and he's going to move to Denver, Colorado, and he's been in LA for 15 years, and he talks about how his goal when he came out there was to be a star, and he wanted to be famous, and then he said he hates the F word, famous, fame, and then he talked about being successful on YouTube. He talks about all this kind of stuff. But it's at the end of the video where it got really powerful for me, because he's in there and he's talking about basically kind of that he's just not, he doesn't enjoy it as much anymore. And so he needs to do something else. And I think we talk a lot about this word change, so-and-so's changed, or I'm going through a change, or whatever. But one of the only things in life that's consistent is change. Change happens all the time, whether we want it to or not. And I have been somebody in my past that has been really resistant to change. In my recent, let's say the last 10 years, 15 years of my life, I've learned to accept that change is just part of life, and to kind of float with the change of the times, and the times they are changing. But to just kind of float along with the change that's happening around me and see where it takes me, if that makes sense. Because sometimes when I float and I go in the direction that the universe is sending me, or I go in the direction that change is happening around me, it opens doors for me that I never expected would happen before. And that's kind of what happened on YouTube. I really wanted to do the booktube thing, and then I started that, and one thing led to the other, and then here I am, and I'm starting a review channel. This was never any kind of plan to it. It just kind of one thing happened, and they all kind of just lined up. So I'm watching this video, and he's talking about how he's going to move to Denver, and he's going to go on this road trip there, and that he really hopes that maybe, like, by him going to a different place, he's like, I miss, you know, the seasons, I miss fall, I want to meet new people, I want to do this, and he's like, you know, I don't know, maybe I'll realize that I don't really dislike LA that much. Maybe what I'll realize, and what he's basically saying is that maybe I'll realize that LA isn't the problem, maybe LA's not the issue. And then he goes in there and he's like, you know, but if I don't try it, I'll never know. And I was like, that's such a profound statement, right? Like, and I so believe in that about so many things in life, that if we don't try it, we won't really know. And, you know, he goes in there and he's talking about, I love that the video is very, very short, and he addresses so many things in there. He's talking about how he started YouTube 12 years ago, and he shows part of his very first YouTube video. And he said, you know, to anybody out there that wants to start a channel, and I say this all the time to people, if you want to start a YouTube channel, start a YouTube channel. If you want to write a book, sit down and start writing a book. If you want to be in a play or a movie, go audition for it. Life is too short, okay? Do the things that make you happy. And he says in there, he says, you know, everybody starts off with the first video and no subscribers. And it's so true, right? It's so true. And so he goes in there and he says all this kind of stuff about that. And then he starts talking about, you know, like, what makes you happy? And he even speaks right to the audience. And he says, you know, I think that everybody should ask themselves, what makes you happy? And I was like sitting there listening to it, and it kind of just like stopped me in my tracks, because that's a lot of what I've been talking about on here and on my vlog lately. And it was interesting because today, I have been in a fantastic mood all day today. You know, I had planned out that I was going to go all over the city and I was going to film places for my review intro, and I'm really excited about that. I had so much fun doing it. And, you know, what's interesting about it is that I went into actual stores. I was like out in public filming, you know, with people walking around me. And 2 years ago, that is something that I never would have done. I don't even know that like a year and a half ago I was that comfortable, or a year ago I was that comfortable with it. And it's taken me, I mean, I'm still not real comfortable filming around other people like out in public. I don't know how a lot of vloggers do that. But I've gotten more comfortable with it. I've gotten more comfortable, you know, just with myself in front of the camera and my insecurities and things like that. And being on YouTube has really, really helped me with that. So anyway, he's going in there and he's talking about all this kind of stuff. But when he's talking about like what makes you happy, it kind of stopped me in my tracks, like I said. And, you know, I had gotten up today and I knew that I wanted to film all of this. I knew it was going to take me like quite some time. So I got up this morning and, you know, didn't check my phone, didn't turn on the TV, didn't, you know, go to my computer, any of that kind of stuff. It is absolutely beautiful outside, and I know that I say that a lot, but it really, really is. And, you know, last night, I want to just, like, swing the camera around real quick just to show you guys. So it is, I don't know if you can see it, but it's, like, sunning outside, and it's, like, blue skies. It's beautiful outside today. So, last night, it was like torrential downpours, and I thought, I'm gonna have to do this review video thing tomorrow in the rain. It's not gonna go the way that I want it to. But I woke up this morning and I had just such a sense of inner peace, and I did a face mask. I did this Lush cup of coffee face mask, and I went downstairs and I gave PP his medicine, and I got a glass of water, and I went outside and I did my prayers and meditations. I read 3 meditation books, and I just got so centered, and I just felt this like natural high of just feeling so peaceful and so serene today. And then I left and I, you know, went and did this review video, and I was so excited about it. And I just, you know, it just felt good to me today, you know? And so I was watching this video and I was thinking to myself about all of this kind of stuff earlier. And I was like, okay, Peter, like, you talk about all this kind of stuff. You talk about being with your family. You talk about your friends. Like, what really, really makes you happy? And it was interesting watching this video because I had just talked about this on this channel not too long ago, and I think it's a really, really good question for any of us to ask. To really stop, be silent, and take a moment and ask yourself, what makes you happy? Like happy, like smiling, laughter, happy, okay? Not content, happy. You know, I love being with my in-laws. I love it. You know, just sitting around and they're telling stories and the kids running around and all that kind of stuff. I love that. I love driving around in the car with my best friend. I love taking trips with my husband. I love just laying in bed with my husband and talking, you know, or watching TV together and, you know, making a meal. We don't cook. But, you know, like bringing some food home and sitting here and just enjoying a meal together while we're watching one of our favorite TV shows. You know, it's really those simple things that really make me happy. I love to write. I love writing books and creating stories and characters for books. You know, I love telling stories of my past. I love that because for me, reminiscing is a way of remembering all of these great things that happened in my life, you know? And I love making YouTube videos. I really, really do. And I was watching this because I think recently, not just from him, but from many, many big YouTubers, there's been kind of this, I'm over YouTube, or I don't enjoy YouTube anymore, YouTube's not any fun, or demonetization and all this kind of stuff. And so I sat there for a second and I asked myself, you know, and it's kind of disheartening to some degree, honestly, being like a newer YouTuber, because I am newer, even though I've been around for over 2 years. It's like, I'm still new to this thing. And if all these people that I looked up to aren't really, you know, inspired by it anymore, like, does that mean that I shouldn't be inspired by it anymore? And so I sat there and I asked myself, do you really enjoy making videos? And the answer was a resounding yes. I love it. I love sitting down and making videos, you know. I got asked on BookTube this year to be part of Spookathon, which is a readathon, and we read all scary books. I'm so excited about it, you know. It's like, that channel I love so much. I love reading. I love being part of that. I love reviewing books over there. I just love being part of that community. I love coming over here and just sharing stuff that happens to me, or reading meditations that help me get aligned during the day. I love getting in a car and vlogging at night. I love getting on a camera. I mean, the vlog is so much fun for me, you guys. It has been so cathartic for me recently. And just to sit in the car and talk and tell stories, I so love that, you know. And then the Peter Monn channel, I love to flip fans and do funny stuff and do rant videos. And I get so many messages from people that are like, you know, thank you for getting me through this, or I love your videos, they make me laugh, or whatever. And, you know, I enjoy all of that. I really, really do. And so everything in my life right now that makes me happy, I'm doing. And, you know, I think it's about putting more and more energy into those things that I really enjoy, you know? Spending more time with my husband, spending more time with my best friends, you know? Going to my in-laws more than we already do, which is a lot, you know? And continuing to be passionate about what I do in my writing and making YouTube videos. But then the question is, you have to ask yourselves is, what makes you happy? And he poses the question at the end of the video, and he says, I think it's important for everybody, something like, I think it's important for everybody to ask themselves what makes them happy, you know? And to go in that and enjoy the journey is what he talks about, because this, and life is the journey. We don't talk about that often, you know? I was talking on here the other day about how, you know, it's not the destination, it's the journey, and then the journey is the destination, and all those sayings, right? But the journey is really life. At the end of it, the journey is life. So you gotta ask yourself, are you happy in life? And if you're not, what do you need to do to change that? Are there small things that you can do to enjoy life even just a little bit more? What is that? Are there small things that could make your life even just a little bit more enjoyable, a little bit happier? And if they are, we all need to start engaging in those on a daily basis. So I'm gonna link his video below. Go check it out. I thought it was really, really inspiring, even if you don't know who he is. And I will be back tomorrow, probably with a meditation video. I love you guys, and I will see you then. Bye.